Hi everyone, this is Dr. Heather Sossaman and I'd like to welcome you back to Pediatric Therapy Essentials. Believe it or not, it's time for the kids to start heading back to school. So in this week's episode, we're going to go over some tips to get organized for back to school. So stick around. Believe it or not, we're in August, which means it's time to start thinking about back to school. And I don't know about what's going on where you are, but around here, we're not really sure what school's going to look like next year. Are we going back to traditional school, to virtual school, or some hybrid version of both? But whatever type of school we go back to, we need to start the school year off organized. I will confess to you guys that I am an organizational junkie. I love nothing more than listening to audiobooks or reading books on organization, watching videos on the subject, and much to my own kids' dismay, I find myself labeling and organizing everything in our house. As an adult, I find that being organized helps me reduce my stress level. Life can get pretty busy and crazy sometimes, and being organized helps us feel like we can manage all of that just a little bit better. For children, learning how to plan and organize helps them to strengthen their executive functioning skills. An executive function is a set of higher order cognitive processes that help us to plan, prioritize our time, manage things in order to meet and achieve goals and deadlines. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 3 simple organizing and planning tasks that you can practice with kids to help strengthen their executive function muscle. So the first activity is creating routines. Routines are a simple list of activities that we tend to perform at the same time every day. So our morning routine might be something like get out of bed, make your bed, get dressed, eat breakfast, and so on. Routines have a few benefits. First, they tend to decrease the stress level of busy times. By having an automated process that you do on a daily basis at a certain time, that time of day tends to become less stressful and more organized. Routines also provide a great time of day for kids to practice skills. Things like toothbrushing, getting dressed, those basic self-care tasks that kids need to learn can be a part of their routines. And if we allow them to perform those skills, it can be a little bit more stressful in the beginning and probably faster if you just did it yourself. But hopefully over time, as they practice, they will have improvement in their skill levels and hopefully skill acquisition. In the end, this will end up saving you time. To create a routine list with your child, start with a brainstorming session. Sit down together and come up with a small list of items for morning and evenings. Then, create a permanent version of the list for them to refer to each day. Your list can be as simple as a sticky note on their bedroom door. If you want your child to be able to mark off the items they complete each day, then place a printed list in a plastic sheet protector. They can mark off the items with a dry erase marker. If your child is very young or has difficulty reading, try a laminated picture schedule with Velcro-backed pictures. Your child can move each picture from the to-do column to the done column as they complete the item. If your child prefers digital over paper and pencil, you can use an app like Google Keep. There's a Google Keep tutorial in the blog post that goes along with today's video on my website if you need help learning how to use this app. Our next organizational activity is teaching your child to use a planner. Now, if you go into any store or online, you can find thousands of different kinds of planners out there. But each of us are pretty specific people with strengths and weaknesses that make pre-made things not always work the best for us. So I find that making your own planner tends to be a little more effective. And if you're going to make a planner with your child, there's 4 areas in the planner that you always need to have. The first one is a to-do section or a brain dump area. And David Allen, the writer of Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity, states in his book that our brains are meant for having ideas and not holding them, which I think is really cool. So that means that if you bog your brain down with keeping up with your grocery list or your dentist appointment or all those things that we have going on in our lives, then your brain can't do its important job, which is to create ideas and think of big things. And for our kids, that job is to process all the information that they get in their classroom. So, having a place like a to-do list where they can dump out all that information frees up their brain space to attack the big tasks in front of them. So first you need your to-do list, and then you need some sort of calendar. And it just needs to be a simple monthly calendar where you can write things that are time and date specific. The things on our calendar are time and date specific, so they really wouldn't go on our to-do list because we can't just do them when we have time. They have to be done on a certain time or day. So to-do list, calendar, and then my favorite is your ideas page. Somewhere that you can write all those great big ideas you now are having because you have your to-do list. So for kids, it can be a place to doodle or color so they can relieve stress, or it can be a place that they write their 5 videos they want to watch, or the movies they want to see, or just any big idea that they have. The final section of our planner is our daily planning page. And that's where we take all the information from our to-do section, our calendar, and maybe our ideas, and figure out what we're going to try to tackle each day. And for students, that's the place where we put things like homework, quizzes, tests, all that school-related stuff that we have to address every day. You can add any other sections that you think are appropriate to your planner and that work best for you, but these are the 4 basics. And to create a planner on your own, the process is pretty simple. You can probably make one from stuff you have lying around the house. You could use a spiral notebook and simply mark off sections for to-do and calendar and daily planning pages using duct tape or some cute little labels that you can stick on, anything that you creatively feel like would be fun. The next option is to get a bullet journal, and these journals have a table of contents where you can write down what page each section specifically starts. And the third option, which is what I use, is a 3-ring binder. I mark off each section by putting dividers in, and then I use Printables online to fill my sections. And if your child prefers all things digital like mine do, remember you can use Google Keep for your to-do list, ideas, and planning pages, then combine that with Google Calendar and you'll have all your bases covered. The tutorial video on my website covers both Google Keep and Google Calendar. There are dozens of other apps available for lists and calendars, so if the Google products don't work for you, just try something else. The most important part of learning to use a planner is to make sure that it becomes part of those routines we talked about. It doesn't work if we don't actually use it. And our final activity for today on organization is to teach your child that we're looking for progress, not perfection. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, and any attempt we make at organization definitely won't be perfect. But that's okay. As long as we're taking steps forward and learning from our mistakes, that's how we make progress. So as you get ready for back to school, try some of these activities with your kids. Work on your routines and creating a planner and a system that will help them and you feel like the school year can be a little bit more organized and manageable. And since I know this time of year can be crazy busy, I did create some printables to go along with everything we talked about today. So if you go to my website, pediatrictherapyessentials.com, there are some routine printables, there's some planner printables for different age groups, elementary through high school, and there's even some picture schedules available. So I hope you'll take advantage of those resources and that you'll try some of these activities with your kids. And I wish you guys the best of luck for the 2021 school year, and I hope you're all a raging success. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a like. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so you'll know when I have a new video out for you. And if you would like some more pediatric therapy essentials in your life, be sure to check us out on social media. Thank you for stopping by today. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!